Hello everyone, I'm going to present our paper titled ASOC, which stands for Adaptive Self-Aware Object Co-Localization. The paper ID is 414 and the authors of the paper are Koteshwar Rao Jeripatula from IIIT Delhi and myself Prerna Mukherjee from JNU. So the main motivation behind this work is that most of the related works in the area of object co-localization are essentially based upon weakly supervised techniques wherein they rely upon the neighboring images weak supervision. Here we try to combine this information, that is weak supervision, with self-awareness phenomena which relies on the image itself. We propose an adaptive strategy for such combination, which was usually dealt through a trade-off parameter in prior works. Moreover, we try to solve this trade-off by introducing yet another factor, namely dynamic mediator. It allows us to apply a joint processing approach on any dataset without the overhead of trade-off parameter tuning. The main problem statement in this work is that given a set of semantically similar images, the task of object co-localization is to jointly localize the objects in such images. Now I'll just summarize the key contributions in this work. To the best of authors' knowledge, it is the first work to study the adaptiveness of balancing self-awareness and weak supervision objectively in object co-localization tasks. We demonstrate that the proposed method is able to achieve improved results consistently over the state-of-the-art localization and co-localization methods across the compared benchmark datasets. Now, we discuss the main working principle in this work. So, we have combined two paradigms. One is saliency information, which is mainly exploiting the self-awareness, and the other is the co-saliency information where we exploit the weak supervision. Then we adaptively combine both these paradigms and we come up with an optimized adaptive combination of self-awareness and weak supervision in the ASOC approach. Here we discuss the related works. So mainly the related works are in these two areas. One is the co-saliency map based approaches, wherein the saliency information is captured across the images in spatial domain, and the other way of doing it is combining the information across the multiple scales and trying to fuse the information hierarchically and come up with a saliency map and a co-saliency map. In the other set of approaches, which is co-localization based approaches, mainly the candidate bounding box or the main hypothesis bounding box over the set of images is found, and then we select the most appropriate and the tightest bounding box across the common object across the set of images having the common object or videos. In this slide, we mainly discuss the approach. So as can be seen in the figure, initially we have a static saliency map and a static co-saliency map, which yield the static bounding boxes denoted as ZCI and ZSI respectively. Now, in an attempt to strike a proper balance between the two, we introduce a dynamic mediator, which is ZOI, which is initialized with ZCI. Now, it acts as the latest bounding box required in our iterative optimization in search for an optimized bounding box ZI. So the main idea is that we want to find out an optimal ZI that is self-aware while complying with ZCI found by the co-saliency. So here we are taking an iterative approach where we take the previous state of the required bounding box into account and we try to update it iteratively. Now we discuss the objective function that we have used in our work. So given ZCI, ZSI and ZOI for an image II at any iteration, our goal is to find an optimal ZI that balances between both weak supervision and self-awareness. Additionally, for a smooth transition, ZI shouldn't abruptly change from the old one, that is ZOI. So as can be seen, we have tried to minimize this objective function where MIK is the cost matrix and K varies between C, S and O, that is co-saliency, saliency map and the old bounding box, and we try to jointly optimize it. Now we have also considered certain constraint, as can be seen in red, that we say that the topmost row number should be lower than the bottommost row number, and they should lie within the maximum and the minimum values which is present in eta 1, which is nothing but the set of row numbers of all the edge pixels in the image. Now the same constraint would also follow in the horizontal direction, which is involving the Li and Ri, that is the leftmost point of the bounding box and the rightmost point of the bounding box, where similar to eta 1, eta 2 will comprise of the column numbers of all the edge pixels in the image. Now we discuss the rejection cost formulation. So here we consider, in order to determine how important a particular reference bounding box is in achieving self-aware object co-localization, we need an absolute prior which accounts for both self-awareness and weak supervision while considering their quality scores. We also take a spatial deviation cost matrix which would find the deviation from the absolute prior's bounding box. Then finally, we constitute the cost matrix which would compute the cost which is incurred due to such deviations, where J is nothing but the Jiccard similarity score. Here we denote the quantitative results. So we have done our experiments on two most popularly used object data set, which is Pascal VOC 2007 dataset, which consists of 20 object classes in their data set, and the other data set that we have considered is OD100, which is a subset of Internet Images dataset which comprises of 3 object classes. So we have considered the mean Chord-Lock metric for the performance evaluation. The Chord-Lock metric is nothing but the percentage of images that obtain correct localization results according to the criteria of IOU, which is intersection over union, which is greater than or equal to 0.5. So as can be seen in table 1, out of 20 categories, in 11 categories we get or surpass the values of Chord-Lock score with the compared competing object co-localization methods, whereas in table 2, as we can see, 2 out of 3 methods, 2 out of 3 object classes, we are obtaining better results as compared to the compared co-localization methods. In both the data set, the mean Chord-Lock score is higher than the other compared competing co-localization and localization methods. Now we show the qualitative results as we have obtained on the Pascal VOC 2007 dataset. So here, as can be seen, that we have shown huge deal of variability which is captured in terms of orientation. Example, if we see in Pascal VOC 2007 classes like train, bus, motorbike, the orientation is captured. We have also shown the variability in terms of scale, for example in classes aeroplane, bird and dog, and in terms of number of object instances, as can be seen in classes like cow, bicycle, sheep, horse, potted plant, etc. Similar analogies can also be derived in the OD100 dataset, wherein we can see that multiple instances of object also, if present, we are able to detect the tight bounding box. Now we discuss the main conclusion points. So to summarize, in this work we have proposed a novel self-aware object co-localization method that leverages both self-awareness and weak supervision to effectively localize the common objects in a collection of images. We have developed an iterative framework where the required bounding box gets updated after every iteration while being part of the optimization. We have achieved state-of-the-art co-localization results on OD100 and VOC 2007 dataset. These are the references that we have used in this work. Thank you.